We got ourselves Jaw on Team Blue with Krebbers. We got Strape, one rogue. We got Watch Me Step, another rogue. We got AD, third rogue. Too many rogues for one team. Is at least one of you Outlaw? No, all you are like sub Assassination. Boring. Versus Team Red, we got ourselves Alessandra, we got ourselves Candy Carry, we got ourselves FaZe, and Atho already taking a big pounding from AD. Or Ad? I guess AD. I kind of like AD, but maybe it's AD. Like, add me. Like, what up, girl? Add me so I can DM you later. Shadow Step coming out, trying to get past Athoman. It's going to be actually a slow for Atho, trying to get a Shadow Step interrupt. Now AD is actually completely out of defensives. He actually, or out of mobility is what I meant to say. Cloak of Shadow's advantage did get used, but Atho not letting this rogue catch an easy reset. AD hoping to get himself a kidney shot. Does he go down right here? The blood into Atho. Does he trinket it? I don't think he does, unless Atho gets some kind of a good proc right here onto AD. Looks like the rogue is going to be able to catch himself a nice reset. AD struggling a little bit against Athoman. Atho knows where he's at, dude. After all that burst, the rogue pooped himself, and Atho can smell it from a mile away. Just use that nose. Yeah, I know you got a massive helmet covering your whole face, and you probably can't see anything, can't smell anything. Maybe that's what makes him such a deadly warrior. He can't see, smell, or hear in that helmet. He just knows. That's the big difference, boys. That's the big 500 IQ play. That's the big 5-head play. Instead of just needing to know information, he just knows it before it happens. That's going to be a big old bike. Get into the Atho. Took a bit of damage. That's going to be a hodge of AD. Does he trinket out of this? Atho popping in wings. Trinket coming out for AD. Immediately with an evasion to follow. Atho looking to see if he can stay on top of that rogue. That's going to be Hand of Freedom to keep him mobile. That's going to be Twisted Appendage. Brocket for Atho. Does get eliminated pretty immediately. And Atho, it looked like he ate a Kinesha, but was that adaptation or was that the shortest stun ever? Does take down AD, the Fearless. Fearless, huh? He's going to learn to what fear is today. Jaw is going to be up next to the Feral, trying to go for a Thorns up and running against Atho, trying to prevent Atho from getting counter-offensive here. Big bike into Atho, but Atho so far have taken 2 bikes in a row and just took it like a champion. Stood his ground, didn't even move anywhere, didn't try to do nothing against the bikes. Still holding on to all his defensives. Hodge into Jaw, forcing out a trinket out of the Feral. And Atho got himself middle long wings up and running, trying to get some damage, forcing a wall out of Jaw. That's 2 walls down, actually. Is that really? 2 walls down. Gonna get a reopener onto Atho with that incarnation. Has a renewal if he needs to. That's gonna be some Echo and Void play for Jaw right now. Pretty good corruption, honestly, for PvP. I mean, it's just the radiate of like steady shadow damage is actually kind of nice for the cleave, man. I've seen DKs run with that because they have a lot of health, and they'll just kind of keep everybody stacked up together. They'll radiate it. In 2s, it's really strong. At least in 2s, I think it is. Athoman got himself a little bit of damage onto Jaw. Jaw is still pumping for big setup. That's going to be a Shield of Vengeance for those Thorns. As Atho looking to get a big setup from those Thorns. Might be able to get the shield to pop inside of Jaw. Actually got him so close. No wings. Just a big Shield of Vengeance slap. And Jaw does look like he's going to be able to escape out of the clutches of this Paladin. So far, Atho hasn't had to press bubble, hasn't had to press bop, and his burst would just pop his Shield of Vengeance and get it to pop. Stun into Atho, looks like he is going to human racial out of it. He's going to have to wait a little bit. Looking for him, going to be an opener. Jaw's out in the open, though, re-walling this, trying to wait until Trinket back up. That's going to be a hodge by Atho. Sees Thorns decide, you know what? I don't even want to mess with it. Getting away from that Echo for a moment as the Echo really does quite a bit of shadow damage. I don't know if you got a big Echo or not. Big bike coming into Atho. Took it like a champ. And nothing big about it. Jaw actually out of all defensives. Thinking he might be able to tussle with Atho. That's going to be DC for Jaw. Maybe. Maybe just a blip on my end. Who knows? But it looks like he's still in the game. Back to business. Bash into Atho. It's pretty short. Still looking to get himself a little bit of a line of sight. And Atho's still on top of the man with wings. Rolling still. Hard to follow. Does get a trinket back up. Does get out of that stun. Taking at least continue building calm points, getting bites and refreshing bleeds into Atho, and getting those regrowths back to back is going to get himself renewal. Actually surviving this quite a bit. That's going to get himself a reopener onto Athom. Incarnation back up and running. That's going to be Thorns to follow too. Does get a maim onto Athom. If Athom can somehow catch up to Jal and stay on top of him, get those Shield of Vengeance to pop back into Jal, maybe get a minute-long wings in there too. That would be quite a bit of damage, but looks like Jal is just not let it happen. I think it might have actually disabled Thorns early too. That could have been perfect though. Athom, man. One more Hodge, and that's going to be it. Jal better make a play, dude. So far, he's been able to bite into Atho, throw bikes into Atho, and Atho's health haven't gone below 50%. We are starting to roll into the dampening, though. Hodge onto Jal. Wings are up for Atho. Could that be the end to the Feral? That's going to be huge damage out of Atho, man. Jal somehow surviving for just a quick second, but Atho does go for a heal immediately right after. Strape is going to be up next. Look at 2. I don't know. I was going to make a joke with his name. Strape. Straping young man. Does get Atho below 50%, so the man can bleed, but he's going to be able to get himself a little bit of a heal. That is going to be one poison on top of the dampening. Reduce Athoman's effectiveness when it comes to self-healing. And so far, his build has netted him quite a bit of healing, though, too. Getting a shot onto Atho as Strape tried to get himself a huge setup. Vendetta to follow, and Atho is actually going to get hit with a bike. Took yet another. How many bikes has this been taken? Somebody get a count on how many bikes Athoman has taken so far to the face and barely flinched. It looks like Strape is looking to, it kind of looked like he wanted to catch a reset. Hodge to follow this and Trinket this, and us Trinket it before Atho even popped into cooldowns. That's going to be kick miss, so Atho can just flash a light into the rogue's face. Just standing there, holding his ground against the rogue, letting him try to see if he might be able to get a setup or two. There's going to be human racial coming in for Atho. It looks like he actually wants to bail away from the rogue for just a little bit. Strape does not have a trinket anymore. If Athoman has the resources here, a single Hodge could take him down. But it looks like Atho might be setting up to go into the next person right after. The rogue so far has been able to do quite a bit of damage to Athoman. The rogue also is an orc. There's going to be execution sentence on him. Wings to follow. So far, the rogue hasn't done anything about it. That's going to be a kidney shot onto Athom. With the Destiny to follow. Shield of Vengeance to follow for Athom. Does he have a Hodge right after this? Because he only had execution sentence onto Strape. So it looked like he might be able to get a wing set up and do some damage. Strape get a hit with a Hodge. Does Athom have enough damage to finish him off? Shield of Vengeance not looking like it's gonna pop. It did pop for the lowest amount of damage. Strape almost didn't make it out of there alive. If only the dots take down fast. If only one of those dots onto Athom while shield was up crit, Strape would have been out and done with. It looks like the rogue will get himself almost a cheat death, a second chance against Athoman, who looks like he's already back up to full health. Strape is going to be sipping on that juice all day, dude, trying to recover as best as possible. Athom is going to be able to get him out of stealth. There's going to be Shadow Step. Strape going to have no mobility for a bit. Got himself another Sippy Cup rolling. That's going to be a advantage as the rogue is looking for a reset. Does not look like he's going to be able to get an easy one, especially with Athom staying on top of his ass the whole time. We're out of the 10-minute mark as the rogue has been able to last here against Athom the longest. The resets have been quite good. The slow, I think, is what really helping him. The constant persistent slow of crippling poison has been slowing down Athom quite a bit, forcing Athom to actually use things like Hand of Freedom, Pony regularly, slows, but not always going to be right on top of Strape the whole time. Vendetta or evasion is available for Strape if it wants to. Maybe Vendetta too, for all we know. Hodge and Strape. Does he die here? Barely any health, and Athom does get to cleave him down in the last second. Bears is going to be up next as a Destro Warlock, summoning first tire and second one for free. Bubble up for Athom, sees that Cataclysm. Chaos Bolt rolling into him. There's going to be Gateway up and running for Bears if he wants to get himself a little bit of a change of scenery. Get a different angle onto Athom. So I'll try to see if he might be able to get a big old Cataclysm or Chaos Bolt. I keep confusing those for some reason. Chaos Bolt onto Athom. Athom just needs to survive while the Inferno is up and running. Needs to take no damage from a single Chaos Bolt. Has a Shield of Vengeance if he needs to. Blessing of Protection is not going to do anything here. But at least he has a pet to attack, so he'll be able to generate a lot of resources, if anything, if he has any play for resources. Hodge to Crew Bears, popping in wings. Looks like the pet is actually dead. Athom was being proactive there. Trinket and Wall coming up for Crew Bears as he's summoning a Fell Hunter, hoping to maybe get an interrupt onto Athom on some of his heals. Looks like he does not want to play with the Succubus. Athom still has full wings up and running. He still could get back into Career Bears and do some damage. It's forcing him to resummon a whole new Fell Hunter. That is Soul Shards that are going to waste. It's going to play Demonic Circle. No! Mortal Coil? Really? I don't know if that'll pay off too well for you. I mean, the mobility is nice, but Arthur can just kind of outlast you. Look at the range Arthur has. He can just poke out, throw a hammer. You're not doing well, Cabarrus. You don't really have that much healing. Did go for a Warlock Hellstone just now, and that's going to be a port. It's going to be a hodge by Arthur. Still can just jump and reach. Cabarrus has the reach needed. Does he go down here? I think he might just melt to a Crucible. Maybe not. 12 minutes in, Cabarrus trying to get a shot of Fury. He does get that last stun, but a Judgment bonks him on the head. Minute 56 seconds left on that bubble. And Watch Me Step is the last one left on Team Blue. As this duel gets into the 12-minute mark, we are at 50% dampening here, basically, boys. Just a few more minutes, a few more moments, mere moments, and we get 50% dampening. And that's going to be Evasion up and running for Watch Me Step. You see Assassination? I think it's Subtlety, actually. Cloak and Shadow is coming out for Watch Me Step. As he's trying to get kind of offensive with Arthur, he's going to throw a bike at him. That's how many bike, dude. Everybody in here, except for the Warlock, had a bike. Everybody here had a bike. So many bikes. By the time this duel is over, boys, it's going to be Arthur's least favorite mode of transportation, dude. Bikes. Be the motorized bikes or normal bicycles, dude. There's gonna be a blind onto Arthur. Does choose a blessing of protection. This Watch Me Step does go for Vanish. Where to? What was that misplay? He popped in. Vanish into a Warlock Hellstone, which takes him out of stealth smoke bomb right now. And he just melts. And he just melts. And there it is. That's Arthurman's one of his many builds that he's been waiting to show off. So much damage, so much healing. Just going through all these guys back to back to back, man. Now, I actually want to know what his build is, mostly for the video purposes, just so I can have a title for this video. I'm not going to tell you guys what this build is. You guys will have to wait for a video purpose. You know what I mean? But that was good. That was actually quite nice. I like that. Arthur, you can just PM me, just down low. I want to